Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's your boy Big D here, and it's time for another movie review, this time reviewing a Chris Hemsworth movie that is not a Marvel movie. This is, of course, a movie directed by Michael Mann, and it came out in January of 2015, my birthday month, and sadly for my birthday month, it's basically known January and February as the movies that have no spice, have no taste, have no flavor. They're just dead movies. If you put them in January or February, they're gonna not make money. They're not gonna have good reviews. They're shitty movies. They're the shit dump of a movie timeline. Of course, I'm talking about Blackhat. Sorry I have to get into that, guys. It's just that I just wish January and February were good movies. You know, it's like my birthday's that month. Oh, I can't wait to go to the movie. Oh. Blackhat. Yeah. I saw this movie in February, guys, so please. It's been like 2.5 months since I've seen this movie, so I tried to remember as much as I can, try to recap myself. And here are my pros and cons. I'm not going to spoil nothing. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm just going to tell you real quick the synopsis real quick. But basically loosed around the film. And then again, pros and cons and final score, and tell you whether or not this movie is worth watching. Thanks again for joining me. Let's get right to it. I'm gonna get this wrong, guys. A furloughed convict and his American and Chinese partners hunt a high-level cybercrime network from Chicago to Los Angeles to Hong Kong to Jakarta. Yeah. So this movie stars Chris Hemsworth and a bunch of other people that I do not know because I'm not gonna get racist here, but Wai Tong, Lee Hom Wang, Viola Davis, I know her. Yorick Von Wanheen, Tyson Chalk, Archie Kaw, Abhihin Siha, Christian Borle. Thought it was Christian Bell. Anyway, bad jokes. Let's get right into it, guys. I'm going to start off with my pros first. Chris Hemsworth in this movie, guys. Now, is it believable that he's a hacker? To a part, it is believable that he is a hacker, but then again, you're like, somebody this good looking cannot be a hacker. And not every hacker is fat, glasses, and ugly, and, ooh, yeah, let's hack something. Let's hack Microsoft. No, it's not that. But, I wouldn't say Chris Hemsworth is outstanding in this movie. He's not. But I'm a fan of Chris Hemsworth. I want Chris Hemsworth to be known for something more than just Thor. I want him to get other movie deals. I want him to star in other movies. I want him to be the main star. I want him to be talked about, and I want him to be more successful than just Thor himself. I want him to be known as other characters too. I wish the best for this guy. But this movie just does not do it for him, man. The way he just portrayed the character, it's just so dull. And I just don't understand how, man. The only thing good about Chris Hemsworth, as I said, pro, is his hair. Let's be honest. If you've seen the trailers or if you've seen the movie, his hair, let's be honest, it's pretty badass. Like, after anything that's gone on, explosions, or a gun battle, or just running through Hong Kong, his hair is still deliciously good. That's amazing. That's hard to keep your hair good, dude. The action in this movie. One thing that Michael Mann knows how to do is the action. There is not a lot of action in this movie. If I add up all the action scenes, maybe less than if I'm gonna be a smart ass, I would say 15, but about less than 17 minutes of action. Exactly. 17 minutes of action, man. The action is not... I mean, the action is great. That's the only thing that kept you going. Like, I'll get to my cons, but the action is where you're like, holy shit, you know, this is really good. Excuse me for language, but the action is fun. That's what I'll say. It gets your heart pumping when you didn't think it would actually get your heart pumping. And the camera work. Michael Mann, now there is another con for that, but Michael Mann's camera work, it works. There is some hand, you know, shaky cam type of stuff, but not like, I don't think when they're running, yeah, when they're running there is a little bit shaky cam, but the camera angles and the way that it's performed of cameras, and just the angles, some of them are actually very beautiful. Now to my cons. Many people will agree. The villain. I don't even know who the villain really is because it's just a weak villain. I think it's just this big fat dude who's like, I could find you anywhere, anytime, and you would not be able to stop me. And I'm just like, really? Really? Such a cliched villain speech, monologue, and then we don't even get to see the villain until the 3rd act. I'm sorry. That's not really spoiling it because of the shit of a villain. We don't get to see him until like the last 15 minutes of the movie. And he's such a horrible person. I mean, I just the acting and just it's gross. He thinks he's a badass, but he's just walking around, probably gonna go get some Pizza Hut or something. I mean, seriously, it's not a great villain. I just wish they had a better. I would even have a cliched Van Damme villain, man. But this, oh, it's gross. And the plot around this movie, honestly, the plot is kind of. There's a lot of stuff going on in this movie where you just kind of get mixed up and you're like, what, where, who, huh? It's one of those type of movies, and it's forgettable. I've forgotten a lot. The only thing that I remember are some action scenes and Chris Hemsworth's hair and some cool cinema shots, like them walking to a plane. That's only the things I remember. There are a bunch of subtitles in here, of course, for like the Korean, Hong Kong type of stuff. I'm okay with subtitles in movies, but when it goes on for 10 minutes straight, and when the movie opens up with a CGI look of it going through like inside the computer, there's a bunch of like hardware and everything, like those things that light up and they're circuit boards and everything. It went like literally like a CGI like traveling through it, and it went on for 4 minutes, and you're just like, dude, you're hurting my eyes. Stop. When it goes on like that, it kind of pisses you off, guys. The subtitles pissed me off in this movie because it's like never-ending subtitles. And then the opening CGI. And again, some of the shaky camera's good, and some of it is just, I don't like the camera work sometimes. Also, the pacing, it's boring. I wanted to fall asleep, guys. It's been a very long time since I wanted to fall asleep in the theater. I was alone, went to the dollar movies. I wanted to sleep. I literally wanted to go to bed. I wanted to walk out. I was like, this movie's not working for me. I'm sorry, Chris Hemsworth, but no. I don't want to. Why am I putting myself through hell to watch this? To make a review 2.5 months later? It's just, why did I put myself through this? I would never see this movie again. I don't want a poster of this movie. I don't even see this movie being promoted. And it just came out like on DVD, like yesterday. So, it's boring and it's long. It's over 2 hours long. And it's just, I mean, again, this would have been better if it was a freaking TV show. More of a TV show type of thing. And then reveal the villain at the end and then get canceled after season 1. But just the pacing is just not that good. I'm sorry, and I hate to be a hater. And I'm not hating for Michael Mann and all that. I'm not trying to hate on this. But I'm just being truthful in my opinion. This movie's dog shit. It sucks. It's horrible. It's not even great acting at all. And then Chris Hemsworth falls in love with this girl that he doesn't even really know, or maybe he did or something, like maybe a long lost person. I don't remember. It's because it doesn't matter. I give this a F, a solid F, the first F out of 2015. This is the worst movie of 2015, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say that, but it's true. Giving this a 3.75 out of a 10. That is the lowest movie score I've ever given out of my time of reviewing a movie. Now, a 3.75 out of a 10 equals, why, God, why? I like doing those equals. They're pretty fun. Anyway, no, this movie's not worth watching. In case you haven't got the memo yet, do not watch this movie. Chris, you'll come out in better stuff. But again, I can't wait to see you in Age of Ultron next week. It's not the best you can do. Horrible voice, anyway. For me, I did a horrible voice of him. Chris, you're a badass. And the action, you were good in the action. The action, it's bloody, the parts. But still, that enough couldn't save this 2.5 horrendous hours of just a movie that doesn't know its place. See you guys for the next one. May the spot be with you always.